Hello and welcome. And today's word is the word beliefs. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I have three very important steps when it comes to creating the life of your dreams and living your best life. And the first step is all about understanding who you are today and how you became the version of you that you are today. And the second step is looking at those beliefs, the beliefs and mindsets that you've adopted over time, very often from early childhood, and deciding which of those beliefs are helping you, which ones are hindering you, and letting go of or rewriting any limiting beliefs so that you now become the voice you listen to and you become the creator of your future. And to do that, we need to bring our beliefs up into our conscious mind so that we can actually make a choice. Because whilst our beliefs and values are sitting tucked away safely in our subconscious, they're driving the car, but we can't see the driver. And so that can be very disempowering. So bringing beliefs up into our mindset, into our conscious mind, is very important to ask ourselves whether or not we even agree with a belief. Have I outgrown this belief that may have been very useful for me as a child, but maybe now as an adult, I could be a bit less careful and be a bit more courageous as I go forward. So to challenge our beliefs around being unworthy or too stupid or too silly to do something, beliefs that tell us that we can't do things and we shouldn't do things and we shouldn't shine and we shouldn't be amazing. Those kind of beliefs did not come from you. They will have come from somebody outside of you. And now I would like you to make a choice today that with certain beliefs that pop up in your head or negative talk, I'd like you to take a moment to ask yourself, where did that voice come from? Who led me to believe that I may not have been worthy enough, or not good enough, or not powerful enough, or not magnificent enough? And today's a day that you could take the old voice out and bring your voice in its place. That's a very empowering moment when we realize that we have that control and that power, and that comes from an awareness. So childhood conditioning, the first 7 years of our life, are pivotal when it comes to our beliefs. But having a moment like today, listening to this now, could well be the moment where you decide to learn a bit more about beliefs and how they can be rewritten. And it doesn't have to be hard. It takes a little bit of consistency to rewire those neural pathways in the brain towards the ideal life that you want to live. Now, Henry Ford, he famously said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And that's a quotation I use in lots of my work, lots of my sessions with people. It's so true. And he revolutionized the automobile industry, not because of money or connection, but because he believed he could. And he took people on that journey with him. Very, very profound quote, that. Neuroscientists who are looking into this whole realm have found that beliefs physically shape the brain function. They physically shape brain function, influencing perception and behaviors. And that's fascinating. And with all that we now know about neuroplasticity, so much of our development, our attitudes, our beliefs, our behaviors come from how we are brought up in the environment that we're born into. And a Harvard study on the placebo effect found that people who believe they're receiving treatment often experience real improvements, even when given a fake pill. And did you know that the belief that humans only use 10% of their brains is actually also a myth, but it still influences how people see their potential? And this might be actually a good myth. So 3 actions for today. Today really could be a day of life change. So number 1 is identifying your limiting beliefs. Write down the beliefs that hold you back. The negative self-talk will be attached to beliefs that can be really limiting. If you're saying anything to yourself that's bringing you down, holding you back, those are limiting beliefs. Write them down. And you may well find it easy to recognize your own beliefs by how you talk to others and what you say to others, especially in an argument when the filters are off. What do you criticize your partners for? What do you tell them that they're doing to you? Do you say things like, you don't respect me? Or do you say things like, you're never there for me? Those kind of accusations and feelings could well be linked to a sense of feeling insecure or feeling unworthy, and that belief will come from somewhere. So just get curious. This is not about judging and it's not about blaming. It's just getting curious and write those beliefs down. Number 2, I'd like you to look at those beliefs and start thinking, how could you tweak them? And I'm not expecting today for us to go to a full rewrite of our beliefs, but sometimes we could just add one word. So if you're somebody that thinks regularly, I'm so stupid, rewrite that belief to, I'm sometimes stupid, just like everybody else. And already changing the belief to that small extent has a massive impact on its control and power over you. And number 3, I'd like you to start thinking about, what would you like to believe and what would you need to believe to live the best life on your terms? Write those beliefs down, perhaps turn them into affirmations. Start embracing those new beliefs. And the best way that we can create a new belief is to define it. So decide what you want the belief to be. For example, I am magnificent. And now start looking for evidence of exactly that. And if you have to pull in friends and loved ones to help you find examples from the past and from the present that support that new belief, then do that. But it's in the evidence that we find that we strengthen beliefs. That's how we originally strengthened a limiting belief. And that's how we can now start creating new empowering beliefs. So don't forget the part about looking for evidence and examples. And we're going to wrap up today with a lovely quotation by Bob Proctor. The only limits in our life are those that we impose upon ourselves.